Okay, you can almost feel it, right? That buzz before a huge game.
Oh yeah, that pregame tension.
Ugh.
We are diving right into a massive one today.
Exactly. For this deep dive, we've got some material on a really critical upcoming match in the PBA Philippine Cup.
We're talking Rain or Shine Elasto Painters versus the San Miguel Beermen.
Yes. And our mission basically is to unpack why this specific game matters so much right now, according to what we've seen, especially with the playoffs looming.
It's like getting the inside track, right? The key dynamics you need to know.
Your shortcut, basically, because this isn't just another game on the schedule.
Not at all. It's got, well, serious implications. Playoff destiny kind of stuff.
Okay, let's start with Rain or Shine. They're sitting at 6-3.
Which is good. They've punched their playoff ticket already.
Right, they're in. But you know they're not just happy to be there, they're pushing for more.
Uh-huh. The big prize now is that twice-to-beat advantage in the quarterfinals. That's huge.
Absolutely huge. And beating a team like San Miguel, that would be a major step towards locking that down.
Gives them a better record? Sure. But it's also about that specific edge. Needing only one win while your opponent needs two. Game changer.
And they've got some wind in their sails. They're coming off 2 straight wins.
Yeah, and that last one, that 94-85 win over Terra Firma, it kind of showed something important about them lately.
It really did. It wasn't just one star carrying the team.
No, it's Coach Yenguao's depth really shining through, wasn't it?
Totally. Get this. 5 players scored in double figures in that game.
5. Wow.
Yeah. Yanard Clarito led with 12. Andre Caracut had 11.
Okay.
And then Leonard Santillan, Francis Escandor, and Anton Asistio each chipped in 10 points.
See, that kind of balance, that makes a team really dangerous, especially against a powerhouse.
How so?
Yeah.
What does that mean facing San Miguel?
Well, I mean, San Miguel's defense can't just zero in on one or two guys. They have to respect everyone on the floor.
Spreads them thin, maybe.
Exactly. It forces SMB to play more honest, collective defense instead of just trying to shut down the main option. It suggests Rain or Shine is executing as a team, not relying on, hero ball.
Makes sense. Okay, flip side. San Miguel Beermen. They're 6-2.
Slightly better record, and they're also hot. Won their last 3 games.
So, momentum on both sides. But the intel we have suggests something pretty big is happening for SMB for this game.
Ah, yes. This is where it gets really interesting for them.
Apparently, San Miguel is expected to be back at full strength. We're talking Wami Tangson,
Okay.
Marcy Lassiter,
Ooh, the shooter.
and Jaron Teng, all expected back.
Wow. Okay, that completely shifts the landscape for San Miguel, doesn't it?
How so? What do those guys bring back specifically?
Well, you get Lassiter's elite shooting, Tang's ability to attack the rim, Tangson adds depth at guard. It just gives Coach Jorge Gallant so many more weapons.
Right when the stakes are getting highest.
Exactly. A full arsenal just in time. So how does Rain or Shine's depth, which we just talked about, match up against that kind of returning star power?
That's the million-dollar question for this game, isn't it? Rain or Shine relies on everyone contributing.
Mm-hmm.
But now San Miguel brings back these proven scorers, guys like Lassiter and Teng, who demand defensive attention.
Puts a ton of pressure on individual defenders,
Yep.
Rain or Shine, and on their whole team defense concept.
Yeah, it becomes a clash of styles almost. Distributed scoring versus concentrated firepower.
Yeah.
Those individual matchups suddenly look critical.
And the prize hanging over it all.
Is that prime playoff spot, that twice-to-beat bonus. It's right there on the line for both teams.
A win here could practically guarantee one of them that advantage. Huge incentive.
And adding to all this drama, the location.
Right. It's down in Cagayan de Oro City.
You know that crowd is going to be absolutely electric. Probably very pro San Miguel, maybe, or just loud.
Yeah, that home court feel, even on the road sometimes, adds a whole other layer.
Yeah.
Can definitely swing momentum.
So let's pull it all together then, what we've looked at. You've got Rain or Shine, they're playing well, really balanced scoring as we saw.
Clarito, Caracut, Santillan, Escandor, Asistio, all contributing.
Right, driven by wanting that better playoff seed, that bonus.
Yeah.
And they're up against San Miguel.
Also winning, also rolling, but now they get Tingson, Lassiter, and Tang back in the lineup.
Big-time players returning just in time for this massive game in CDO.
It really does feel less like just another elimination round game and more like an early playoff battle.
Yeah, like a preview. Both teams laser-focused on getting into that top 2.
That advantage is just so significant.
So thinking about all these pieces, Rain or Shine's momentum and that deep scoring, San Miguel getting key guys back while already winning.
The specific stats, like those 5 Rain or Shine players hitting double figures.
When two teams clash like this with so much riding on it, what single factor do you think ends up being the most decisive? Is it the depth, the returning stars, the coaching matchup, something else entirely?
That's a great question to mull over. What really tips the scales in a game like this?
Something for you to think about after this deep dive.